Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Here you go. Here we go. 46. 26.
Prescott off play action. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Prescott looks to throw on first. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Throwing, Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. This is taken at the 15. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his pass incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, complete. It's McKinney. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the 1st.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that, the rookie gets his first interception.
Exactly right, and you're trying to limit the number of plays an offense runs. You're trying to limit the number of possessions they have. And he was a guy that I targeted coming out of college and rated very highly for his play.
Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfield stripe. 50 to the midfi
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 1 yard is the gain there. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Detroit!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Detroit!
He'll look to throw. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. A handoff to Fournette. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Bringing him to the ground defensively, Tedrick Thompson.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Flushed out right. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. He'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. He's at the 50. The 30. 20. 10. 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. That means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
All right, here we go.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
Green 39.
They'll look to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Preston Smith able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. This will be fielded at the 17. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. He'll buy some time right. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Hey, you got 3, Here we go. Wide 8. Here you go. 26.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Hey, 47. Here we go, 47. 26.
Prescott now from the 50. And that'll be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
46.
Now Prescott. Going back to Moore. This time he's got it complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give him a first down.
Go to 54, go to 54, lining.
They'll throw again. Prescott. His throw caught right around the 6. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And again, it's Prescott. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. Third and goal.
47. Gun. 46. 26.
Now Prescott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And Godot's kick is right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now back to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And the Seahawks on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They'll set up to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken around the 12. Dances by him. Oh, I nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is true.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he stopped immediately there. Barkevius Mingo in that time on the tackle. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this.
Get out. Here we go, 47.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here we go, 47. 26.
On play action, Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
46.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here you go. 26.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. First down, Prescott. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Prescott now. And it'll be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know. I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not. We'll find out. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield. And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all. No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And, you know, this is a time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Taco Charlton in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead. Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points. And to get a little more cushion. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way,
When they get back to the huddle, they have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Here we go. Wide 80.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
26.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. 60 yards. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They go play action here on 1st down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Fournette, a 1st down carry, and an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Gun! 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 Hurry up, here we go!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's complete to Mitchell. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 19 yards that time for number 19. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Uses the spin, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
3 down. Here we go. Wide eight.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he spins away. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch that in. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Here we go. Wide eight. Here you go. Six is right there. Check in. Check in. Watch the slant.
Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Gun. Here we go. Wide eight.
Play action now, Prescott. And this one's incomplete. A little too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
The Panthers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is third down and 12.
Hey. Here we go. Wide eight. Switch it, hey. Gun.
Prescott from the gun. And he's got his target. That's more. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
A first down throw for Prescott. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Here we go. Wide eight. Woo.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. The Panthers on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 17. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And that one ups the lead to 22-0. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Back to throw now on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Preston Smith in there to get him again. The 3rd time he sacked him here tonight. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Snags it for the pick. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Here we go. 180. 26.
Prescott now on 2nd down. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Room to run inside the 40. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Gano out to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily to look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Detroit! Detroit!
Again, it's Fournette. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They're going to look to throw. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Flush to his right. That is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's a give to Fournette. And he's taken down inside the 30. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Lucky 56.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Now Leonard Fournette. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 7 yards on the carry, make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. This one from 35 yards away. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And, partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Carolina, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.